So hi guys, we're here at the TC factory in Denmark, and we have a prominent visit from Audiofanzine France. The guys actually just got to see a sneak peek of a pedal that will be coming out roughly a month from now, and it's called Flashback X4. So if any of you who watched, seen the original Flashback pedal, might be able to see that there's a certain resemblance between the two. So Flashback X4 is essentially a Flashback expanded, and what you get more than the original Flashback pedal is you get 3 presets, you get a dedicated tap tempo, and you get a full-featured looper with individual record overdub. You get start to stop, of course, you get play once, and you get undo redo, something that wasn't in the original Flashback pedal. One of the things that we really tried with this product was to keep it super simple. There's a lot of more expensive, higher-end delay pedals out there that tend to go into rocket ship mode. They'll do coffee and everything for you. With Flashback X4, we really try to just make it as if it's a totally ordinary pedal, like you know and love. You know, get an easy sound, just dial it in real fast. But being able to store just those 3 presets, that's really what pretty much all guitar players need. And it's super easy to do. You just dial in the sound that you want, and then you press and hold for a little while, and the preset is stored. And whenever you recall it, you get that sound again. And of course, you can always override them if you want to. In terms of the sound, that's of course extremely important as well. And we pretty much took all the great sounding delays from Flashback and put them into Flashback X4 as well. So you'll get classic tape echoes, you will get analog delays, you will get analog delays with modulation, classic 2290, which of course we, from TC are known for. And a lot of other great sound as well. And we also added 2 new ones that sound extremely cool, and that's a tube echo, which is a recreation of an old Dynacord tube echo that not too many people have done before. I think we actually have it lying around here somewhere. See if I can find it afterwards. But it's a great sounding tube echo that you pretty much, it's rather different sounding than a lot of the other tube echoes out there. It's a little warmer and darker sounding, which works great for lead playing. And there's also a space, which obviously is a space echo recreation, which sounds amazingly cool as well, with warbly, fluttery modulation goodness in there. And an extremely important thing that's really cool, when we did the original Flashback pedal and the whole series of tone prints, obviously the Thumbprint Concept, which I hope most of you are familiar with. If not, tone prints is about giving access to artists to really dial in their own sound using a special editor, where they have access to a lot of parameters that isn't on the pedal itself, but they can actually customize the pedal, how it sounds, how the pots react, or even what the pots do, and pretty much come up with their own signature pedal. And those sounds that they did, you can then load into your own pedal. So it's like interchangeable signature pedals, really. And that has been an amazing success for us. We got some of the greatest guitar players in the world to do that, and the amount of downloads is just staggering. But the #1 request by far by users of the original Flashback pedal was, oh man, you have all these great sounds, but I can only store 1. It would be so great if I could just put 1 or 2 more in there. So with Flashback X4, we added 4 tone print slots. So that means that you can have your, great Steve Morse sound. You can have your you can have a Doug Aldrich, or pretty much any of the Flashback tone prints, or not pretty much, all of the Flashback tone prints that we have, you can put into Flashback X4 and load. On top of that, we'll add some more cool ones, on top of that as well. So looking at the rear of the pedal, there's a couple of obvious ones. There's stereo inputs, stereo outputs. And Flashback X4 is so clever that it actually automatically detects whether you use mono or stereo. So if you have, say, a dual delay, or if you have ping pong or something like that, if you're only using the mono, we'll just sum the signal together. The same goes for any of the modulated stuff. If there's a chorus on there, we automatically split it out in stereo if we can sense that you're using the stereo input and outputs. Then we have an expression pedal, which is extremely powerful. A lot of pedals out there with expression pedal inputs will just allow you to control the delay level, so you can control the mix of the delay. But the way we implemented this is that you can control any of the parameters that you see here, and this is per preset. So for 1 preset you can have it control the delay level, just going from subtle to a lot. For another one, you could increase the delay time while decreasing the feedback, and vice versa, so you can get those crazy spaceship taking off kind of sounds that, you know, all guitar players love and everybody else really hates, but yeah, you get the idea anyway. And as I said before, this can be done per preset, and you can even fine-tune the range, so it doesn't have to be from 0 to full blast. If you want to control the delay level from, say, here to here, you can do that as well, and it's really easy to do. Looking over here again, 9V DC out. The pedal comes with a dedicated power supply, but it'll run on any regular 9V DC that will, you know, give you 300 milliamps of power. The USB is for loading tone prints and for software updates, should any of those ever come out. And last but not least, we have Midi, and this will allow you to do two things. You can sync it up with the Midi Sync, so if you have a keyboard player, or, you know, anybody running a sequencer, you can hook up the time so that you don't have to do the tap tempo thing. And you can also change the presets using program changes MIDI. So let's say you're the kind of guitar player who have all the pedals in a tray, you know, behind by the amps. You can actually use all the presets and change between them just using a MIDI board. So really helpful. So like the original Flashback pedal, you can use you can load new tone prints into Flashback X4 using the USB connector, and the pedal comes with a little mini USB cable. But you can also use your smartphone, so that's an iPhone in this case, an iPod Touch, or even an iPad if you wanted to do that, or Android as well. And loading a tone print is really easy. It doesn't require any custom cables or anything like that, and you use exactly the same setup as you would when you just, you know, play the pedal. So let's say I want to load a new tone print into tone print slot 1 on Flashback X4. Right now I have a Steve Morse tone print in here, as you can hear. And now I'll pick an echo tone print, a tape echo tone print done by Steve Stevens. So what I'll do is this: I'll make sure that the volume is up on the iPhone, and I'll press beam, and I'll hold it up to the guitar pickup. It's very quiet, but hopefully you could see that the pedal actually responded. And that's all it takes. That little screechy noise is actually changed the sound of the delay entirely into a new one. And if I want to load another one, it's just a matter of finding the one I like, and as you can see, there's tons of them. Okay, so here's an Echoplex emulation done by Pro Guitar Shop. So you'll notice that the delay suddenly got way thinner and more nasally, you know, just like classic tape echoes do. So that's the Thumbprint app.